Welcome back everyone to vlog number 6. This is the Cycling Custodian bringing you some really cool stories and a couple just experiences that I've had from Nuevos Casas Grandes that has really stuck with me and made this place quite enjoyable. So there's quite a bit to say, so I'm just going to go ahead and get to it. Um, First things first, whenever I got here, I went to Pistoleros, and it's basically a restaurant that's got an events venue and some places where you can stay. The food's amazing, the people are really great, the prices are reasonable, and they were incredibly accommodating when it came to helping me find a place to stay, because I actually came looking from iOverlander, an app that you can get. If you haven't seen that, check it out because it is really useful. And it shows you, hostels and places you can camp and places where you can get food and all that kind of stuff. And it showed me that there's informal camping here. So I came and not so much informal camping. But what they did do is they got in touch with a couple that runs an Airbnb, couple of rooms here, Carla and Daniel, and they got a hold of them for me to get me a place to stay for the evening because I was really tired and didn't really want to go much further. So after a bit of, just kind of I waited for them to come around, and they did. Showed me the room. It was amazing. I'm gonna go ahead and flip this around and show you guys the room and the quarters and all of that. So let's go check that out really quickly. Queen size bed and a king size over there. It's got some books and movies and nice little kind of breakfasty city place so you can chill, have your foods. Lots of cool antique stuff all throughout the room. Little dresser drawers. We've got our comfortable little chair here to hang out and read and do whatever it is that you might want to be doing. So there's also this awesome little breakfast nook that you have up here. So there's the upstairs, your stuff, downstairs into the area where the beds and all of that are. And then we've got this sweet little shower setup. It's got, got towels and a nice shower. Really cool, like, antique sewing machine tables everywhere, which is really quite neat. So I highly recommend you guys all come and check it out. It's not bad, right? Like, there's a lot of really cool stuff here. Like, it's a nice room. The people are really cool. So if you're ever in Nuevo Casas Grandes, or coming down Highway 10 in Mexico, I highly recommend stopping by Pistoleros. If you need to get a hold of them, just ask the waitress working there to call Carla. They know who she is, and they'll be more than willing to help you out. They're great people. So the next thing is I came in for breakfast after having dinner with one of the waitresses and their family, which was really cool, really nice. Got to share some cool stories. And James, the husband of the waitress, decided to have me, asked me to come have breakfast with them. And I did, and I went, but they weren't there. But Carla, the girl that owns the Airbnb, her dad was in there, so I had a chat with him, had a chat with Manuel, the cook, and with Paola, one of the waitresses there. She knew quite a bit of English. We got to kind of exchange back and forth, which is pretty cool. And they offered me a complimentary breakfast. So to you guys, I really appreciate your help on that. Keeping me fueled up is quite important. So thanks for that. So to reciprocate a bit of kindness, I came back with some jewelry, some of the bracelets that I've made, and just offered them to take, one of the ones that they wanted or whichever ones called out to them, and they did, and they were really grateful, and it was cool. So, and it was actually kind of how do I say it, like transition or kind of like an extension into another cool aspect of this experience. So we went to the later on that day, Manuel, the cook, came and asked if I would be able to help him bleed the brakes on his Jeep Cherokee, which was coincidentally the same year as mine, and the one that I had years and years and years and years ago back in high school. And of course, I was like, yeah. I mean, and one of the cool things about it is he wasn't afraid to ask for help. Like he needed help, he asked for it, and that's something I think we can all do a little bit more of. Is if you need something, don't necessarily just try to be a martyr and just do everything the hard way because you can. Like if there's help around, I mean, accept it graciously and pay it forward when you can. You know what I mean? So that's something that was very evident here that I was really appreciative of too, because I do want to help everybody. I want to help as many ways as I can. So having opportunities certainly helps make that come to fruition. Now that takes us into a few acts of kindness that I've received here that have been rather beautiful, right? So whenever I went to help Manuel, we kind of drove around. I met his wife. I met his kids. He's got a 2-year-old daughter and a 9-year-old. And they made me food. And we hung out. And he bought me some, like a liter of pineapple juice and a little mango sucker. Just kind of say thanks. He gave me like 45 pesos, which is basically a day's food for me. And just to kind of say thanks for helping me, and I was like, well, kind of thanks for helping me, and it was just like this kind of cool exchange back. He had gone out of his way to help me go exchange some money, and on the way to, while I was doing that, he went to one of his friends and got a salad, because he knew that I'm not like eating meat, so he went and got the salad with blueberries and cranberries, and just, it was delicious. And brought that back to me kind of to say thank you, kind of another extension of kindness. Then he gave me 3 shirts, a long sleeve and a couple of short sleeves, and a bottle of ibuprofen, which is nice. I mean, I don't take it, but thank you. And so it was just kind of like one thing after another, after another, after another, and it was really cool. And on a side note, his daughter was one of the cutest things I've ever seen. Like the little 2-year-old. One of the things that happened was I told her that, you know, es tan lindo. It's like she's really cute. And whenever I said that, her eyes got like the size of saucers, and she just goes. Just so taken aback. It was one of the cutest things I've ever seen, and like the way that like I said it, and the way that she responded, and the way that that Diana and Manuel laughed, and the whole thing. It was a really sweet experience. So that one will stick with me for a bit. I still chuckle every time I think about it because it was just too good. Then kind of as the last thing for that kind of section of kindness was he said that he's got a family in Cuauhtemoc, which is going south in kind of the direction after Chihuahua where I'm going. And he's like, if you just get a hold of me, I can have somebody meet you or come pick you up and take you somewhere where you can stay for a night. So how useful is that? Again, super duper amazing, right? So that was my experiences with Manuel, and wherever you are, brother, thank you very much. I really appreciate your help. That takes us on to the next batch of acts of kindness, I suppose, and those are from Carla and Daniel rather, and basically they gave me the Airbnb that I showed you guys for a really good price for 3 days. I got to rest up. They took me a couple of places. They helped me get my SIM card for my phone, and Carla, bless her heart, translated back and forth so I could actually see what kind of stuff I was getting on my phone. So that was really cool of her. Um, then we had an amazing conversation for like 3 hours one night, just about all kinds of spiritual stuff, and really locked in on that particular on that level, which was really rejuvenating for my heart, my soul, my spirit, me. Like, it was just great, right? So that was probably one of the best, biggest gifts that I've gotten, and I loved it. It was great. Um, then she gave me a piece of a selenite crystal that she has, which if anybody knows me, I love rocks. Probably one of the few bicycle tourists that is actually taking rocks with them. So she really got to me, and that was really cool. Because in that long conversation, I'd actually sat them down to give them a couple pieces of jewelry, and Daniel ended up taking a tiger eye bracelet and a moss agate bracelet, and Carla took a pyrite pendant necklace that I had um, worn myself to help with a lot of things. So kind of getting to extend those kind of acts of kindness back to them again makes me really happy. Um, and yeah, so with video blog number 5, I mentioned the Tolkien calendar, or Tolkien, Tzolkin, and Carla had brought that up to me, right, and kind of told me about that and exposed me to it. So I'm like, wow, it's something that I can actually get my body on board with. So if you want to know a little bit more about what I'm talking about, check out video blog number 5. And another really cool thing about this couple is that Daniel is actually this gringo dude from Tennessee that is a bicycle tourist. He's done lots of bicycle touring and had like a really sweet setup, had like a long haul trucker with lots of cool Ortlieb stuff, and we got to lock in on that level too, and he's been talking about doing some bicycle tourism stuff around here, which he was like, kind of planted the seed and inspired me to actually get that going here. So in a way I helped him, and then in a way they helped me, and it was just, again, more cool experiences. Then, what else do we got here? Yeah, they gave me a movie to watch on my phone, Orthopologica, which is kind of, the way that they described it was about everything and nothing. So, sounds exactly like my kind of topic matter. Just kind of get to see what that is. I don't know. I have no idea what that's all about. But, I guess to sum all of this stuff up, I would have to encourage people to have the experiences for themselves and not necessarily taking the word of mouth or the common consensus or maybe the media projected view of places quite so seriously. Because if I've gotten some kind of low vibrational responses when I mentioned going to Mexico, right? Like people are like, oh, it's gonna be scary, it's dangerous, be careful, blah blah blah. Like the most dangerous thing is me riding my bike on roads with no shoulders and 2 semis going past, and that's completely initiated by me. I'm the one riding the bike on the road. So that's the dangerous stuff. I've seen the complete opposite. People are really careful. Yeah, they drive a bit chaotically sometimes, but you don't see accidents. I've never seen anybody hit anybody. So they're really like cautious, and the people are super kind. They invited me into their house to meet their kids and their family, and like giving me advice on how where I can go. Oh yeah, another thing that Daniel has done is he's given me a place where I can go camp for my next leg of this little bit. So, and he's giving me a ride. So this will not be included in my mileage or my kilometerage, but I am gonna go camp out there. There's a lot of cool stuff to see apparently, and we're gonna kind of hang out. So that's what I'll be doing for the first half of this day, and then the second half we'll be going out there and doing all of that. So it's just, the people are really cool. it's a lot safer than people make it out to be, and I would highly encourage people to come down and check it out and have some experiences and see some cool stuff and like beautiful scenery. And yeah, it's the Chihuahuan Desert, and there's lots of different things in the desert here. I mean, it's similar to New Mexico, but again, different. And if you're not from New Mexico, well, it's a lot different than what you've seen. Maybe. I don't know. Depends on where you've been. So I'm gonna just kind of leave that there, but yeah, man, this place is awesome. It's amazing. It's beautiful. The people are super kind. And on that note, I think I'm going to let you go for now and go have some more really cool experiences. So until the next time, I wish you all the very, very, very best, and we shall talk soon. So thank you, Manuel and Reina and James and Carla and Daniel, for really making this stop of my journey as beautiful as it has been. So many blessings to them and to all of you. And until next time, catch ya.